Alright, so this is a review on the album Never Grow Old by Toots and the Maytals. And in case you wasn't aware, they are more or less the pioneers and the founders of reggae music, reggae culture. Um, and yeah, so let's just get into it. This, in fact, let me see something real quick. It doesn't really say, but basically, I believe this was released back. I don't want to give an inaccurate date, but this was before I was born, basically. And the artwork, there's basically, you know, there's three of them. They're suited and booted. It's funny, yeah. Not funny, but you know what of them, how to explain it? Like the 90s, there were certain poses that certain people would do, yeah. And there's the one in the middle, yeah, is posing like that. Like it's just it's interesting. It's interesting. Like I don't explain it. It's interesting. Um, and then other than that, you got like, is it a bit? I don't even know. There's like something around the edges of it. Then obviously, like I don't know what it says in the middle. But not in the middle, like or around them. But it kind of reminds me of I don't know if you've seen New Brand Flex's video for in fact I'm gonna do a reaction video to that soon, another one day. If so if you catch that, make sure you catch that. It reminds me of that particular video. There's a scene there that reminds me of that. In fact, I won't even say it because obviously I want you to watch it and you can see what I mean. And you're probably gonna watch this after this anyway to probably see what I mean anyway. But yeah. But anyway, there is 16 tracks. So there's I Will Never Grow Old, Sweet Sweet Jenny, Are You Mine, Matthew Mark, My Destination, True Love, Just Got to Be, Treat Me Bad. No, don't treat me bad. Treat me good. Hallelujah. Don't Let. War No More. Tell Me You Love Me. Tell Me You Love Me. Leave it in the comment section below. Tell me you love me. Alright? Anyway. Next track after that is 6 and 7 Books of Moses. Then Four Seasons. Then the Four Seasons there's an alternative version. Then I'm gonna sit right down and cry over you. But yeah, there was one particular track which was really interesting. I don't know if it's true. Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but it shows you the timing of things, right? And I think if I remember correctly, they were saying they met this girl on Tuesday. In fact, no, they were just going for a walk or whatever, going wherever they're going on Tuesday, and then they met this girl on Tuesday, and then Wednesday they went on a date. Then Thursday they were going down the aisle. No, not shopping aisle. Like they were going. Excuse me, they were going down the aisle. It's like, huh? That quick? But it just goes to show you, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to marry someone at first sight, technically that ain't at first sight because it's like a couple days. Do what you got to do in it. Do what you got to do. Because you are who you're attracted to, and if you spend enough time with them, you would know whether, you know what I mean. You would know. There's no point of saying, "Oh, you don't know them," this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, listen. If you understand how life is, how life works, right? You can meet someone, and you can meet someone today, and you can get in a relationship with them like 6 months later or whatever, or 3 months later, who knows, yeah, and then you're with them for 4 or 5 years, or even 10 years, and then you still don't know you still don't really know who they are. And plus, people are always growing anyway. They're always growing and evolving, and that's why relationships, disperse sometimes because people grow apart. Right? They grow apart, but don't grow together apart. It sounds crazy, don't it? But let me break that down for you, right? Basically, like, because I've been there before as well, and I realized that, do you know what I mean? I'm the man. I'm supposed to lead the relationship into, you know what I mean? The way you get it, like, so at the end of the day, It's just learning how dating and relationships actually work. Once you understand that, everything will fall into place properly. But you don't know how dating and relationships actually work properly, you're gonna make them type of mistakes, and you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna feel like you're wasting your time, and then you're gonna go through in fact, you may go through a drought. Like there are times where you go through a drought. It is what it is. Like with your man or woman, that's gonna happen. Yeah. But then it's about in that drought, what do? You find out more about yourself, learn what, develop yourself properly, continue to develop yourself so you can attract a higher quality, and then boom, get me, you're back on the market, you're good to go, you're attracting. Like it's crazy how life works like that. I don't know why it does that, but it's what it is. But I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna give this album like a 10 out of 10. In fact, before I get that, the link is in the description box below. It says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust, because that's where you're going to learn how to basically, you know, learn exactly how dating and relationships really work. So, you know, you click, how to explain it, you'll click with the right person, like naturally. You won't have to feel forced, you won't have to grow to love them. You will, get me, things will work out the way they're supposed to work out. But yeah, I don't have a particular favourite on this album. But I would give this 10 out of 10, like I said. And it reminded me of, I don't know if it's this specific band or group or whatever, that there was this one particular guy in my childhood that used to drive me and one of my sisters to school and back. And he even drove me to a particular place, which I won't mention, that also aided in my development and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a thing where he would regularly play these musics, like regularly, because I remember the vibe. Like there's a particular rhythm that makes it stand out. Like you know when you hear it. You see what I mean? So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what instruments was there, why it stands out like that, why it makes that particular. You know, like with UK drill, yeah, or grime. I'm going to use UK drum as an example. There is a particular pattern of bass or even a drum pattern. You can, and the tempo as well. You can tell when it's a UK drill rhythm. You can just tell. And so it's the same with this particular type of reggae. I'm going to say type of reggae because it sounds like reggae, don't get twisted. But it's also not the type of reggae that, for example, Bob Marley would do in terms of sound. Like it's hard to explain. It's like I don't explain it. I would have to listen to another album and review that, and then come back to you and let you know that this is their vibe and this is their vibe on their take on reggae, and then this is Bob Marley's take on reggae. I believe that Bob Marley more or less popularized it and took it to another level by, you know, I don't know. Let me not talk too much. But the link to the album is in the description box below. It's a great album. Definitely recommend that you listen to it, regardless of your age. Get me? Don't just leave it to your parents or in this case your grandparents. You know, music is music. You know what I mean? Music is music. If it sounds good, it sounds good, regardless of how old it is. You know what I mean? If it stands the test of time, it stands the test of time. That's music for you. That's the beauty of entertainment. Yeah, something just naturally stand the test of time. Anyway, got any suggestions? Go ahead, leave that in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next. Yeah.